казки літаючи, мов за дітьми плаче, сонце гріє.
Oh, God. Thanks, Nian. I was saying good morning, everybody, or evening, or whatever it may be. Burning the candle at both ends. I was sitting there watching Nick's stream, waiting for Viper to come on. Dog wanted to play, so hopped on the bed, played with the dog, and I apparently fell asleep playing with the dog. Wake up, dog's nowhere to be found. Oh, it's 9:30. Apparently the stream's over. Shoot. So I apologize for being off my normal time. I'll have to go back and see what happened with Viper in them on the other stream. Once I wake up and get going. Well, might as well get going. Operational information as of 8 a.m. December 30th, 2024, regarding the Russian invasion, and I'm guessing you guys want to see this in English. Oh, Viper didn't show? Okay. Yeah, well, apparently I needed the nap, so I grabbed a new student today. So our first class was today, so I was up early getting ready for classes, and let's just face it, I'm burning the candle at both ends, trying to do all the things I'm doing. Let's just dive in and move on. Crap happens. It is what it is. That's life. As always, we start with Glory to Ukraine. The 1041st day of the large-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. In total, 186 combat clashes were recorded over the past day. According to updated information, the enemy carried out 7 airstrikes on the positions of Ukrainian units and settlements, dropping 9 guided aerial bombs. In addition, it carried out over 5,000 artillery shellings, 188 of those from MLRSs. Russian Federation also used about 2,400 kamikaze drones for strikes. Yeah, there was a rocket hit in Kyiv. Still error alerts over half the country. Good to see people still making it in. 11 viewers, about half of what normally is here, but I'm a little over an hour late, so The aggressor carried out airstrikes, in particular in the areas of the settlements of Rosalie, Novi Kumar, Serhivka in the Donetsk region, and Zaporizhia in Zaporizhia Oblast. Yesterday, missile troops and artillery of the defense forces launched 9 strikes on the areas of concentration of personnel and munitions, as well as 1 strike on an enemy fuel and lubricant storage facility. Don't say it. Don't say it. Okay. The urge is past. Yes, we are still on the 30th. 9:30 p.m. for me here. Still chugging along through in the past. You know, you guys in the future, let us know how it is. Moving into the individual directions. In the Kharkiv direction, 2 enemy attacks took place in the areas of the settlements of Hatashi and Voschansk. That's a new town. We'll have to look for that one on the map. Both attacks were repelled and the enemy was unsuccessful. Going into deep state, Voschansk, as soon as it updates, there we go. Voschansk is here, and we didn't have to look far for Hatishke. That one's a rough one. I'll have to ask my friends how to pronounce that. Hatushka, maybe. I'm not sure. Moving over to Kupiansk direction. 7 attacks by the invaders took place during the day. Defense forces repelled assaults near Petropavlivka, Kryvka, and Lozova. Of course, Kharkiv, coming over here to Kupiansk. Petropavlivka is here. Kryvka is here, and Lozova is here for a total of 7 attacks yesterday. And no changes in the fronts according to Deep State. In the Liman direction, the enemy attacked 27 times. He tried to advance in the areas of the settlements of Hrivka, Zelenige, Potonovka, Pershatrevne, Nadia, Makivka, Terny, Novosergivka, Yampolivka, Ivanivka, and Bilohorivka. That's pretty much every town along the front. Zelenige, just south of Lozova, Pershatrevne, Nadia, okay, that was not mentioned. That one was not mentioned. Kharkivka, Makivka. Let's see. Oh, Novosadova was not mentioned. Ivanivka, Terny, Yampolivka, and going down further to the south, Bilohorivka. So spread out throughout the area, but definitely has been an increased number of attacks on this front over the past week. Russia has definitely put more troops into this area. Unfortunately, it's not being talked about very much, but the number of attacks are increasing. and staying fairly steady. In the Service direction, the enemy made one futile attempt to push our defenders from the occupied positions in Zolotarivka area. That is also a new name. But Servisk is just here. Liman, Kupiansk is up there, Kramatorsk there. So let's zoom in and see if we can spot this. Zolotarivka is here, so I'm assuming the attacks were happening up in this area. Now is this Servisk area moving into Kramatorsk? The occupiers attacked 9 times in the Chasiv Yara area and in the direction of Zupochny. In the Torets direction, the enemy carried out 6 attacks near Serebryanka and Toretsk. Covering Servisk, head to the southwest and you get Kramatorsk. Chasiv Yar, Stupochki, where the attacks happened there, and you go directly south to Toretsk and Serebryanka. Again, no updates from Deep State in the last day from this area. And Pokrovsk. Pokrovsk is getting dangerous. Our defenders stopped 43 assaults and offensive actions of the aggressor in the areas of the settlements of Zelený Pol, Vozdivhenka, Mirolubivka, Promin, Lisivka, Dashenki, Novotrud, Vokove, Solone, Novoolinka, Novoveslivka, Shurchenko, Kotolny, and Novoelizavetivka. It's essentially the entire area, starting with Vozdivhenka is on the top of the bulge. Novotroitsky is here. Okay. I've been looking for that town in the past and didn't realize it was all the way up there. Mirolubivka, Promin, Lisivka, Dachensky, Novotrud, Shurchenko, Prishkyany, Solon, Novoveslivka, Novoelizavetivka, and the other one was Novoalexandrivka, and here. So, unfortunately, there is advances by the Russians in this area. Trying to see if it's anything major, but again, the only thing that looks like it's major, besides a few areas of farm plots, is here with Novoelizavetivka. You see they have gained ground about half of the village, 3/4 of the village maybe. Again, it's not an easy thing that's going on. It is Russia invading. Unfortunately, Russia uses the horde tactics ever since it was allied with the Mongol horde back in the 1200s. It works as long as you're willing to sacrifice people to gain ground. Russia is doing just that. It is sacrificing people to gain this ground. In the Khodorkovka direction, the defense forces repelled 20 attacks. The enemy concentrated its main efforts in the areas of the settlements of Ukrainka, Slovanka, Petropavlivka, Khodorkovo, and Desheny. Slovanki, Petropavlivka, of course, Desheny and Khodorkova. You can see Russia is starting to move towards the thermal plant. It's a very dangerous situation for Ukraine. The 46th Brigade is in this area. I do have a video from them tonight, but if you look between here and here, there's not much space left. 6.5 kilometers. If they're not careful, this could be a large encirclement. We've already had 2 of them in this direction. It is a very dangerous situation and something that really needs to be watched for. Of course, Ukraine tries to preserve its soldiers. They want to hold the ground. I can tell you from personal conversations, soldiers hate giving up ground. It's just something they have to do at this point. It's a rough choice, but don't take it as a failure of Ukrainian tenacity. It's not. The soldiers know that even though they will withdraw, they will continue to fight. Yes, they're trying to protect Ukraine and keep Russia at bay. But with the lag in support, shortages of equipment that shouldn't be there, they're doing the best that they can. That's been a very unfortunate seeing this entire invasion. Brandon, TBIC, the best I can. Ukrainian soldiers doing the best they can. Support groups doing the best they can. The only people that haven't been doing the best they can is our governments, Western governments, America in particular. Germany a year and a half ago promised 150 Leopard tanks. Those would have been immensely helpful this spring, this winter. But no, they don't even get the first 50 of them until like a week ago. So please don't take anything I say as a knock against the Ukrainian armed forces or the guys fighting on the front. All these gains especially this right here. This entire area right here. This is the fault of America not sending the aid it promised. This is, my fellow Americans, this is our government's fault. You know, if those Abrams were, or if we sent the Abrams on time, if we sent the F-16s sooner, you know, if, unfortunately, this isn't a world where ifs happen. It did or it didn't, and unfortunately it didn't. Anyways, that's Khodorkovka. In the Remis direction, the enemy carried out 20 assaults on our positions near the settlements of Konstantinopolsky, Yantarny, Upensivka, Constantinople, and Privilny. Okay. Russia used bomber aircraft to strike in this direction. And we'll go into the rest of that later. But Vasilka or Verminsk is over here. Khodorkovka and of course Pokrovsk to the north here. Konstantinopolsky, Upensivka, Constantinople, Rosaliev was hit by a missile strike today or yesterday. What was the other ones? I'm sorry, it's Privilny and Yantarny. Yantarny is one of those towns you have to really zoom in to see. And the other town's a new one as well for me. So let's see if we could find this. Just to remind myself. Privilny. I am not seeing it. Stepova, Novoukrayinska, Voshneve. And unfortunately, I am not seeing Privilny anywhere. Or anything that looks like it might be a different spelling of the same. The only thing that even comes close is this here. It might be a town that's not even on this map, I guess. Let's just double check really quick along the northern areas. Yeah, unfortunately, I am not seeing it. I wish I could tell you where that town is at, but it doesn't appear to be. Oh, wait. Yeah, right when I'm about to give up, that's why when I always see it. So, Privilny. That's a long ways up from the reported front lines. I'm not sure why they didn't use Novosilka. But that is the Vermivka, there we go, direction. From the Vermith direction, they move in the Dniprovsk direction, skipping over Guliopol and Orikhiv. Or the defense forces successfully repelled 2 Russian attacks in the Dnipro area. Enemy did not conduct active operations in Orikhiv or Guliopol. No signs of the formation of enemy offenses groups were detected in Volyn or Polizia directions. So, from Velika Novoselka, go to the west and Guliopol. Keep going further west, Guliopol, Orikhiv, and keep going to the southwest. Come to Kherson. And if you zoom in enough, the town of Dniprovsk. 2 attacks happened in this area. They don't tell us where those attacks happened precisely, but you can assume that it happened in this river delta area where Russia has been trying to capture these river islands so they can be more effective at bombing civilians in Kherson. On the border with the Chernihiv and Sumy regions, the enemy from the territory of the Russian Federation uses artillery in the area of Ukrainian settlements and conducts reconnaissance activities. The operation in Kursk region continues. Over the past day, our soldiers have repelled 46 attacks in this direction. 46 attacks in Russian territory that would have been on Ukrainian land. 266 artillery strikes. The defense forces are inflicting significant losses on the occupation forces in manpower and equipment and are effectively undermining the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Goes into the losses for today. We'll cover that with a graphic and end the report with join the defense forces, Razom de Permoshimo, Slava Ukraina. Yeah, forces decided I need to start an hour later. I won't say which forces those are. Let me grab the graphic for today. Total combat losses of the enemy as of December 30th. 2,010 personnel KIA or wounded. Might hit, gonna get really close to 200 or 790,000 before the first. That's a lot of soldiers that Russia has lost. 7 tanks were lost today, 22 APVs, 44 artillery systems, 31 UAVs, 141 vehicles. I would say that as these numbers go down, this number goes up, but these numbers are right in line with normal. But number of vehicles today jumped way up. Armored personnel vehicles crossed the 20,000 unit mark with yesterday's actions. Oh, that's me streaming. Oops. Blue Sky. I'll go home on that. Cover the air raids really quick. Another explosion in Kyiv Oblast. New air alert has only been going on for 16 minutes in Kyiv Oblast. 53 minutes in Cherkasky. Chernihiv for 1 hour 40 minutes. Sumy 1 hour 53 minutes. Poltava 4 hours 14 minutes. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, so they've been under air alarm since 2 o'clock in the morning. Kharkiv 4 hours 28 minutes. Donetsk 4 hours 59 minutes. Dnipro 4 hours 44 minutes. And Zaporizhia 4 hours 16 minutes. Sorry, I want to go back over here to Kyiv and give you guys a bit of context here. A lot of short air raids in Kyiv Oblast. Yesterday, 23 minutes, 30 minutes, 33 minutes, and then a 2 hour and 5 minute in Kyiv. When I was there earlier this year, in a couple days, I'll have to start saying last year. This is how many air raids they'd have in a week. Now they're having 4, 5, sometimes even 6 air raids in a day. Russia has stepped up its game a lot in the last 3-4 months. Airstrikes, number of attacks, pretty much in every area. So just wanted to keep that in your mind as we go into probably one of my more favorite parts of the day. Helps if I'm on the right account. Oh, before we do that, I know a lot of other places have covered this. These are some of the first photos of the soldiers being returned from Russia today. Zelensky posted these on his Telegram channel. And I can only imagine the thoughts and emotions running through these guys' minds. Goes into another meeting, but then after that meeting, posts more photos of the families being reunited. This is again video from Zelensky's Telegram channel. That's this video here. I have more videos for that. Yes, they do. In the cities, you'll hear them go off just like you hear it on your phones and stuff. Here in the States, it's like the equivalent of the tornado alarms that you hear in the Midwest. Yeah, you could just be walking down the street and all of a sudden, and the thing that really got me and it still gets me is like the sound of the motorcycles taking off sounds almost exactly like the start of the air raid alarm. So you hear a motorcycle, I hear a motorcycle take off, and my mind instantly flashes like, oh, air raid, I need to check my phone, see what's going on. And yeah, there was several times that, no offense to any bikers out there, but I freaking hate those rice rockets now. Oh, man. You know, like the Harleys, you guys are good. But, like, you know, the racing street bikes or whatever you want to call them, they sound just like the start of the air alert. And yeah, I'm with you right there, Andrew. So a short 2-minute, 17-second video from Zelensky today. Let's hop into that before we go to the videos. I need to dry my eyes from the prisoner exchange videos.
Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, українки. Сьогодні хороший день. Ми повернули додому з російського полону ще 189 наших хлопців. Це воїни Збройних сил, Національної гвардії, захисники Маріуполя та Азовсталі. Наші прикордонники, 2 цивільних. Я дякую всій команді, яка займається обмінами. Дякую Об'єднаним Арабським Еміратам за посередництво. І, звичайно, я вдячний усім нашим воїнам, які поповнюють обмінний фонд для України. Це найголовніше. Ми маємо повернути усіх наших людей з полону, усіх воїнів та цивільних, кожного, хто чекає на повернення. Будемо це робити і надалі. Підписав указ про призначення уповноваженої із захисту прав наших.
I'm sorry, I have to stop it and rewind it. I just realized something, and it's making me laugh, and I almost snorted up my Pepsi as I drank it when I...
На повернення для Арабським Еміратам за посередництво. І, звичайно, я вдячний усім нашим воїнам, які
Our warriors who continue to replenish the exchange fund for Ukraine. I want to point this out. This is the same way someone would refer to as making a deposit at the bank. So even in like such a mundane thing as taking prisoners, Russian prisoners, even the president is making a little twist, like, yeah, thank you for depositing into the fund. It's just like a little twist, like
Це найголовніше. Ми маємо повернути усіх наших людей з полону, усіх воїнів та цивільних, кожного, хто чекає на повернення. Будемо це робити і надалі. Підписав указ про призначення уповноваженої із захисту прав наших воїнів та членів сімей військових. Ольга Решетилова, відома українська правозахисниця, буде займатися зараз підготовкою законопроекту про військового омбудсмена. Таку інституцію маємо створити, і це не просто, щоб була одна людина, треба системну роботу, щоб у омбудсмена був апарат, всі реальні можливості впливати на ситуацію і допомагати. І дуже важливо, щоб кожен наш військовий відчував це і справді реально звертатись за підтримкою і отримувати її. Що саме та як саме має робити військовий омбудсмен? Правильно будувати за участі наших воїнів і прямо їх про це запитати. І ми це робимо на платформі Армії Плюс. Ми запускаємо опитування про військового омбудсмена. Я прошу кожного нашого солдата, кожного офіцера сказати, якими мають бути пріоритети. Сьогодні ж є рішення, яке допомагає нашій армії ставати більш сучасною та реалізувати досвід оборони зараз, досвід цієї війни. Ми спростили отримання офіцерських звань солдатами та сержантами із бойовим досвідом. І це правильні соціальні ліфти для армії. Сьогодні ж я хочу подякувати команді Міністерства закордонних справ України та Мінагрополітики за візит нашої делегації в Дамаск, в нову Сирію. Очікую на доповідь міністрів про перемовини, про перші результати. І це лідерство України, це швидкість України в зовнішній політиці, саме те, що може дати необхідний плюс. Можемо допомогти відновити стабільність Сирії після багатолітнього російського втручання. І це обов'язково допоможе нам відновити мир для себе. Буде правильним відновити наші дипломатичні відносини з Сирією, нашу економічну співпрацю. І я дуже розраховую, що Сирія після Асада поважатиме міжнародне право, так, як Асад не міг і не хотів, був не самостійним, залежним і просто не розумів, що таке поважати свій народ та міжнародну спільноту. І ще одне. Сьогодні є вагомі пакети підтримки від Америки для України. Пакети на кілька мільярдів. Це те, що посилить фронт вже найближчим часом, допоможе нам стримувати російські штурми і зможе підтримати Україну в збереженні життів. Я вдячний президенту Сполучених Штатів, Конгресу, обом партіям, обом палатам та кожному американському серцю, яке хоче, щоб для свободи у світі було більше простору. Слава Україні!
Героям слава.
Бажаю здоров'я.
So, really had three main subjects in this one. Talking about Ukrainian soldiers. Not only the ones that they returned home, thanking the guys that replenished the exchange fund, and making sure that those men have the services they need in the future with the military ombudsman office. Talked about Syria. There is videos coming out of Syria occupying the former Russian bases there. I did not put those in my feed today. They're out there. I'm sure you can find them if you really wanted to see them. There's really not much to see in it. It's Syrian troops dancing around in front of posters of Putin. The other thing you talked about is the U.S. aid package that was approved today. Amazing aid package. Yeah, let me see if I can get pull that up. It's funny. U.S. grants $6 billion in aid to Ukraine before Trump inauguration 1 hour ago. It is Monday. Let me open that back up. So, 3 weeks before Trump takes office? U.S. has unveiled almost $6 billion in military and budget aid for Ukraine. The package includes nearly $2.5 billion more in weapons, as well as $3.4 billion in economic assistance to help pay for critical government services. That includes salaries for the civilian government, school employees, healthcare workers, and first responders. Included in that is the electrical workers. Those linesmen in Ukraine are doing God's work, essentially. Even though knowing that double taps are a thing, they go out and they repair what Russia attacks every time they launch these Shahed drones. So yeah, don't forget the linesmen, even though these guys did The Guardian. Nobody's perfect, but there are other keynotes from The Guardian. Ukrainian forces have staged a new attack in the town in southern Kursk. It is what it is. At least it's Russia that's being damaged, not Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine have carried out a major prisoner exchange with at least 150 people from each side returning home before New Year's Eve. The swap was partly brokered by the UAE. The return of our people from Russian captivity is always good news for each of us. They're misquoting here. Oh, no. Okay. I thought they were attributing this to Zelensky. Saturday, one of the prisoners returned from Russia. My son is 5 years old now. The last time I saw him, he was 2 years old. Sergei was a defender of Azovstal in Mariupol and was captured after 3 months of holding firm in 2022. That's on video. I got a video of that later for you. Pledging support for the new authorities in Syria. Ukraine's going to be a major player in the world after Russia falls. We want them as a partner. Don't forget that, Donald. Please don't forget that, Donald. Meanwhile, Putin's axis of evil, North Korean Kim Jong-un has vowed to step up relations with Russia. Russia's in such dire straits, they need to call on the tiny country of North Korea to assist them. There's yeah, 5.9 billion, depending on who you believe. But yeah, a nice huge aid package right before the end of Biden's term. Way to go, Biden. We'll come back to the news later. I got a mess of videos, but I see there's a bunch of new ones from Warriors Ukrainian on Telegram. Roman Oleksiy, a young boy who survived the missile strike on Venezia in July of 22, has finally removed the special mask he had to wear for 2 years. Nearly 30 surgeries and 100 days in intensive care. Roman was at the waiting for his mother for a doctor's appointment when Russian missiles struck the city center. His mother died, and he had to go through that, and now has to go through life without his mother because of Putin. Old video from 2023, the Kherson direction.
Так вот мы и живем. Живем. Я вон там сплю под столом, подушечка, спальник накрываюсь. Вон Леня, матрас. Вот как-то так.
So, the guy that runs this, Roman Shevchenko from UA News, so that he showed this the inside of the house that he filmed. Didn't have his own channels back then. Sometimes interesting to watch these old videos, but this is the house afterwards.
Проснулись, блядь, а там пизда, туман. Смотришь, да, вообще ничего не видно. Вот это самая охеренная погода. Вот, живем в этом доме. Без окон, без дверей.
Really cool guy. If you are on Telegram, check him out, support him. Former military. Oh, there he is. Well, always cool to see the inside look at some of the people behind the names. All the way down at the end. Let me scroll back up. So got a few things for today. In 2024, the fundraising platform United24 continued to unite people from around the world to support Ukraine. In total, 13 billion hryvnias were raised on the platform. As a result that was made possible thanks to every donation, no matter how big or small. This year, we were supported by people from 137 countries. Thanks to you, our defenders have received aerial and naval drones, robotic platforms, vehicles. Our medics have received ambulances, life-saving equipment. You have helped us rebuild homes, schools, bridges, shelters. You have helped save thousands of lives. You are changing the world for the better and enabling us to move forward. Thank you for supporting United24. Thank you for staying with Ukraine. And from Zelensky's office, and here's the video from United 24 about where the donations go.
Thanks to all of you, we've been able to raise all the funds we need.
We raised the funds for Ukrainian school which been bombed by Russia.
Because children is our future for all.
Будинок, який ми з вами відбудовували, завершено. Родини повернулися, життя повертається.
It has 327 pupils. They need a bomb shelter.
I did not know United 24 did a Minecraft server.
Дякуємо, що залишаєтеся з Україною та підтримуєте United 24. Ви – сила, яка змінює світ на краще.
United 24 saying thank you for your support, showing you where the donations go and what they were able to do with all of it. Amazing work that they're doing. The drones from yesterday. 21 out of 43 drones were shot down. 22 were lost with electronic warfare. No drones yesterday reached their intended targets. In Kharkiv and Odessa regions, private homes were damaged due to the falling drones that were shot down. Already went through these. There's more on that later. I forgot the name of the 412th nicknamed regiment destroyed a Buk M1 air defense system in the Zaporizhia region. One of the missiles got angry. I'd say more than one, but I always love seeing these things taken out. Those are many, many millions of dollars of Russia going up in flames. And of course, allows Ukrainian drones and missiles to hit targets deeper and deeper into Russia. 425th Infantry Battalion conducts a sweep of enemy positions, after which they led a reinforcement group into the village and returned home in full force. The entire platoon of occupiers hiding in houses near Pokrovsk was eliminated. All 200 Russians crossboned.
Скала проводить зачистку населеного пункту на південь від Покровська. Показуємо роботу штурмовиків. Техніка доставляє групу. Хлопці починають перевіряти кожен будинок. Тут огляд завершився кількома чергами з автомата. Зачищено. Рухаються далі. В цій хаті виявили
Thank you, Nikki. I'll get to that
Окупанти
after this
намагалися
video.
відстрілюватися, але хлопці їх викурили. Закидали гранатами і завершили огляд. Зачищено. Продовжили просування. Знову контакт. Виявили 2 окупантів. Штурмовик цинкує з автомата, потім зближення, відпрацьовують з гранатомета, зачищають 2 і переходять до будинку, закидують гранати і випалюють решту. Так само проходять всі наступні будинки. Вогневий контакт, гранати всередину, зачистка. Після виконання задачі в населений пункт заводиться група закріплення. Штурмовики свою справу зробили.
That is how one village in Pokrovsk area was cleared of Russian infestation. And as Nikki Hill was reminding me, I had totally spaced on it. I shouldn't have, because it is my first official fundraiser. Cars for Ukraine. Thank you so much for reminding me. If you can, I shouldn't have. I don't know what I clicked there to get to that. Maybe, I don't know. Weird things happen. Donations are in, link is in chat, is in the description below, and I'm going to pin it here just now. And since we got a good number of viewers here, I wanted to show you guys something since it's been asked for. How to donate anonymously. So 10 euros. So I'm going to do it with PayPal. I'm glad it shows up as X's. Actually, I'm going to back up here. So if you go here, put in your first name as your YouTube handle. Don't check that box. Put in your email. You go through, put in your card information, and click the donate button. I'm going to do this off camera really quick. Let me get my card out. So, excuse me for 1 second. soon as my card goes off, so after you enter in your card information, this screen will pop up. And, you know, I hear the ding on my phone that the processing went through. I'm going to close this and reopen the donor box. And should soon see a $10 donation pop up from Candy Luden. We are at a total of $1,402 or euros. I'll have to come back and check on that when it goes through. In total, you're at 122,789 euros of the 150,000 goal. We are getting there, but donations have slowed down quite a bit the last 3 days. We've barely gone up 500 euros. I understand it's the end of the month, the end of Christmas. Money is tight, but even a small donation goes a long way. So just keep it in your mind when things do come about. Cindy donating to the main donor wall of $2,500. That's amazing. But let's look at where everybody's at in the standings. ATP Geopolitics at just over 40,000. War Translated at 21,304. Mercado Media is up over 15,012 euros. Succumus 14,169. Rick the Ukrainian was able to get back into 5th place with 7,699. Silicon Curtain 7,673. So a very tight race between Rick and Silicon Curtain to hold on to 5th place. PSO1, who joined late, has jumped up into 7th place with 3,136. Shills 2,464. We are sitting solidly in 9th place with 1,434. Johnny FD 1,379. We're barely staying ahead of Johnny. I know I shouldn't. I know it's not a competition. It's a community effort, but it makes me smile knowing that you guys are supporting so much. I figured I'd be here last place, so it makes me really happy seeing us not at the end in last place. More than it should, I think, but I'll take a little bit of the sin of pride for that. Pride in you guys. Phil Ipner at 784. And on here, it looks like it updated. So let's go back to the main page. So we are now at 1,434. So somebody else chipped in besides my 10 euros. And you see it comes up with the name Canty Luden instead of my real name. So if you wanted to put your if you wanted to put your YouTube handle like Ronnie did here as well, now you guys know how to do it. 1085 with the processing fees and everything. Ronnie Vatkin with 2155. No, I like something more sexy than your bank account. Mitch, horseradish for Ukraine. Blonde Bombsheller, go Canty. Well, no, go you guys. Anonymous with 31. Another Anonymous with 105 euros. Niels with 50. Eric with 53. Mitch again. Blue, thank you so much. Deborah, Golby, Alexander, Mitch again. Byron Green, K-Bell, Heather, Kathy Sumner, Ozzy T, Nikki Hill's in there, KKGG, Linda, an Anonymous, Ozzy, Michael, who's donated on everybody's page, Mitch again. Of course, there was my first donation, and Robert was the first donator on my page. You beat. Oh, and of course, with my campaign, if you donate, well, when you get your receipt for and do the 100 euros, you can go in and do the claim, and you can pick any one of these three. Officially, the one for my campaign, or my part of the campaign, is the Medic Cat. But you can also choose the drone or the truck pin. These two are coming later. They just wanted to tease those out there. Again, thank you all for the support, and I appreciate it so much. And yes, I realize I'm contributing to my own downfall with the horseradish. Okay, Ronnie, you got that almost right. We all win when Ukraine wins. The power of positive thinking. Phil Ipner, it is also like the first time he's doing a fundraiser. But Phil Ipner has a big audience. It's just Phil trying to figure out how to do it, how to incorporate it into his media presence. For me, it's really easy. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a news reporter. I am just sitting here talking to you, my friends. It is not an easy thing to ask for money. I will tell you that. It's very hard. Even though I'm asking for somebody else, I'm not handling the money myself. It goes right to Cars for Ukraine. They buy the vehicles and do everything needed. Even all that, it's not an easy thing asking people for their money. It's a weird feeling. Yeah, he's a great guy. He just, like I said, it's his first time doing donations, doing a donation drive as well. you know, he's put out information for other fundraisers before, and you know, kind of just let it go. But actually having his name out there where he has to promote it is something new for him, and he's trying to figure it out. I'm not gonna fault anybody for trying. I was really nervous about trying. Let me change up here. Yeah. You guys want to stare at my ugly mug all day too, so it's really hard asking for donations. And excuse the messy bed. I woke up, like, literally hopped on the computer and started streaming. I think a lot of my donations are because of this. Willing to put my taste buds and nostrils hairs on the line to get donations. That smells so good. I had some on my hamburgers earlier today. Oh, damn, that's strong. And yes, I still have the spoon ready to go in case we do get some god tier donator that donates $600 in one go. Oh. But it's not torturing myself. It's reminding me and you, and maybe somebody out there that hasn't donated yet, what I'm doing to when we reach the next 1,000 mark. But yeah, Claire's a great person. She's a little overwhelmed with the technology, you know, trying to get her on Discord and stuff. But thank you all so much for your donations. I'll have to clip out that little part on how to do it. It's not torture. It's showing my love and appreciation of Ukraine, that I would do pretty much anything to help in any way I can. It's all on how you look at it. I haven't done Blue Sky before, but let's take a look at it really quick. President Zelensky said that Ukraine has a chance to contribute to restoring the stability in Syria following years of Russian interference, emphasizing that this effort will also bolster Ukraine's own pursuit of peace. Well, we covered that in the video, yeah. Ukraine names the Russian commander suspected of issuing the order to kill civilians in Bucha. Yeah, that guy's going to be on a lot of people's hit list, crap list, shit list. Yeah, that's what we'll go for. Yeah, I was more than a little late tonight. Sorry, folks. Oh boy, this is just what we need. China's Xi tells Putin two countries always move forward hand in hand. Emphasized that China and Russia consistently advance together on a path of non-alliance, non-confrontation, and not targeting any third party, according to the official Chinese news agency. It sounds like a lot of double talk from China, which in this case I'm kind of glad for. I don't know. It just seems weird. NAFO Sniffing Brigade 2024 fundraising report. $3.5 million. Jake Bro, freaking hero champion. That's amazing work that he's done, bringing his community into the donation field. For those who don't know Jake Bro's history, he was a financial YouTuber. Talked about finances, investments, and stuff like that before the war. Switched over to covering and supporting Ukraine. And with the Sniffing Brigade, opened up donations through his channel. And apparently he's really, really good at financial advice. For his viewers to be able to donate $3.5 million. You know, I would say hats off, but my hat's already off. But Jake Bro, legend. Another oil depot. Let's go back to the videos. That's blue sky is blue sky. It is what it is. When people talk about the fighting in Ukraine, this we don't really realize how close this combat actually happens sometimes. This should give you a bit of a glimpse into that. YouTube be damned, I'm playing the whole thing. So, literally surrounded by Russians. Yeah, that is a single Ukrainian defender in that bunker that held off 3 Russians assaulting his bunker. That's not a very big distance. That's me to the back wall. It's not very big distance at all. This is kind of a funny one. UA reg team burns the quad bikes of the Ketseps. Attacked air. Translation is so bad on this. With drones which were camouflaged in a forest area. The music and the voice is from a Ukrainian kids TV show.
Я ж не засну, доки не порахую їх до 10.
I'll see if I can find the a link to the TV show. But yeah, that was Ukrainian armed forces taking out what amounts to Russian assault vehicles nowadays. Before the new year, the enemy decided to maximize the pressure on the positions of the 60th Infantry Division and drove another meet on a pile of infantry fighting vehicles under the cover of a tank. The Katseps were chopped up by tankers together with other combat comrades. And here is the video. This music makes me want to pedal. Good night, Anna. That's the Russians getting dropped off into a small village, or what's left of a small village, and then left to try and find a hiding place. And well, here comes the Ukrainians playing hide and seek with a tank. I think the Ukrainians won that game of hide and seek. I know a lot of you guys were curious about what Christmas dinners are like in Ukraine.
Доброго вечора.
Well,
Ось добре, все, баль закінчився. Все повиїдали ось до. Баба сидить п'яна. Подивіться, що на кухні робиться. О.
and of course you have to show the dishes that need to be cleaned up afterwards. And if that wasn't enough to make you hungry,
22:20, 31 декабря 2021 года. Последнее приготовление к встрече Новому году. Готовимся наливать первые рюмки. Но стол еще не полностью накрыт, еще не все тарелочки залиты.
oh god!
Пиздец! Ёб твою мать! А чого?
Не знаю, Віта, я до нього не касався.
Я на полу стала і дивлюся, стол пливе. Просто так.
Я став, снимаю видео, кажу, що последнее приготовление, туда-сюда.
А тепер зніми оце.
Та хулі знімати. А воно сніма, кстати, все. Воно все знімає.
Ні, бутилки цілі.
Та бутилки мать.
I couldn't resist that one. Continuing with the Christmas theme, Ukrainian soldiers, don't forget about having a good time these holiday seasons. You know, we saw the video where Russia shot down Santa Claus. And here he comes back across the border to Ukraine.
Повідомляю, Санта перетнув кордон.
The Ukrainians set him up with a new sleigh. The videos they make is just amazing. Ukrainian MiG pilot strikes Russian communications command post in Krinky with a hammer bomb. So, bye-bye Russians command communication post. This is what's left of it after the bombing. I didn't realize you could... Okay, I didn't realize you could remove messages on YouTube. Everybody get your tissues ready. This is how Ravine welcomed Azovstal defender Artur Nervchuk, who spent 884 days in Russian captivity. Over 2 years, he was transferred through 8 prisons, and on his birthday, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. The last colony where the occupiers sent him was Black Dolphin, one of the most terrible special regime penal colonies for life sentence prisoners. It is a war crime to criminally convict and imprison prisoners of war. Anyways, here's the video on his return to his hometown of Ravina. I wish it had better sound. Oh, wait. Okay, let me restart. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Усміхнеться
And to lighten up the mood a little bit, this is what the Crimea 24 TV channel sponsored by Russia thinks is what we here in the US and the EU.
Какую музыку? Да пусть ваша национальная играет. Откуда ты? Birmingham. И как тебе здесь? Тут?
Hey, he's from Birmingham, just like two other guys we know.
Хорошим людям хорошую страну. Переезд из ЕС и США на ПМЖ в Россию.
So, yeah, this is what Russia thinks is going to happen. The Americans and Europeans are going to move to Crimea to be construction workers, construction workers, cab drivers, and electricians. Well, the Russians are painted as the hotshot business guy. This is what Russia thinks is going to happen. That is the propaganda they show on their TV. So, hopefully that was enough to make you laugh a little bit, because I have more videos of the guys returning home.
Добрий день. Добрий день. З поверненням вас в Україну. Дякуємо вам. Держава Україна, президент України Володимир Зеленський, Координаційний штаб з питань поводження з військовополоненими на чолі з генералом Будановим вітають вас. Ми чекали, ваші рідні чекали, боролись за вас. Вся країна боролась, сьогодні ви вдома. З Новим роком вас, з Різдвом Христовим. І боротьба за повернення кожного чекає і триває. У вас попереду процес реабілітації, відпочинку, відновлення. Він буде забезпечений, ви найближчим часом зв'яжетесь зі своїми рідними, побачите їх. Ви багато пережили, ви українські герої, захисники, на вас чекала вся країна. І сьогодні вся країна святкує, радіє разом з вами і з вашими рідними. Робота і боротьба за повернення кожного триває. Ви витерпіли, ви вижили, і дякуємо вам за терпіння, за стійкість.
Well, short little speech for the guys, and as the caption says, a real miracle for New Year's Eve.
Ми пишаємося. Ми вам дуже вдячні. Дякуємо велике. Дякую. Дуже приємно. Дякую.
Дякуємо, що ви вернулися.
Дуже вам вдячні. Любимо і наші.
So just a little ribbon that they handed out to the guys on the bus to welcome them back to Ukraine. A little knitted bracelet and a note saying love to our guys. The first moments of the defenders getting off the bus.
Дякуємо.
I'm going to skip this for now and continue with this twice, but it doesn't matter. It's great to see these guys getting home. So missile strikes was captured on a CCTV camera in Kursk. Watch in this area, that area right there. And that was 4 Ukrainian missiles striking in Kursk, with a 5th one. It is believed that the railroad infrastructure was being hit, along with the 810th Brigade. I am very thankful to be able to show this. Usually videos from 3rd Assault Brigade I end up not being able to show because they show stuff that YouTube does not like. But here is a video from 3rd Assault Brigade directly. I hope you enjoy. So that was a video from 3rd Assault Brigade, and following that up is a video from the 46th Brigade working out of Kharkova. These are the strikes they were able to do today, and I'll let you guys watch as I run to the restroom. That is the 46th Brigade doing work in Khodorkova. And many of you, myself included, were hoping to talk to Viper. We didn't get to do that today. However, we do have a video from his brigade in the Kharkiv direction, and here is that video. That is the last video I have for you today. Unfortunately, it's not everything I have for you today because Kyiv City just went under air alert. Let me check the channel, see what's happening. Ballistic missile threat. Of course, it is New Year's Eve in Ukraine. And Poltava, 2 UAVs. Past Cherkovsky, 1 UAV for Milnograd. Dnipro Oblast, 3 UAVs towards Kamiansky, past Kremachuk, one UAV past Dnipro, also vector past Kremachuk, new UAVs through the region of Dnipro, UAVs also getting reported in Russia. Just sound on that one, nothing to see. And so Ukraine attacked another oil depot in Russia. And that this could be, the current air alerts could be the response from Russia. So tactical aviation activity. So a plane took off that carries the Kinzhal missiles. That is the reason for the air alerts. We'll just have to keep an eye out for it. Yeah, the fires in Russia are really interesting, aren't they? I'm going to keep that open. Actually, we just got an update. So, Su-57 in Kursk, threat of Kinzhal launches. 9 drones over Ukraine, 1 in Kyiv region, on the border of Vinnytsia, 1 in Chernihiv on the border of Kyiv region, 5 in Poltava, 2 in Sumy, course towards Sumy and Chernihiv. So, and the vast majority are in Poltava. Keeping the drones going. hopefully Russia will run out of those soon as well. No, you can just click on like Anna's name if you're on the web browser instead of the phone, and it will allow you to subscribe to them. Mass media for today. Let me refresh this just so we see what is in the news for today. Russia rejected Trump's truce plan. Russian foreign minister has rejected a reported peace deal involving Ukraine and NATO, claiming the proposals have been made by Trump's advisors. Lazaroff made a comment during an interview with TASS, state-run news agency. During that interview, Lazaroff claimed the U.S. plans to suspend hostilities along the line of contact or transfer responsibility for confrontation with Russia to the Europeans. We are not happy, of course, with the proposal made by the members of Trump's team to postpone Ukraine's admission to NATO for 20 years and to station British and European peacekeeping forces in Ukraine. Of course, they're not happy because they want to take over Ukraine. Lazarus said the proposal came through leaks and Trump's recent interview with Time magazine. So it wasn't even a peace proposal of Trump's, it was just something they heard that Trump was going to offer. Trump's interview did not contain any references to NATO. The foreign minister also claimed that NATO has been expanding its reach for many years, which became one of the primary causes of the Ukraine crisis, which is utter and complete bullshit. For 15 years, NATO has not expanded one bit until you invaded Ukraine. We've expanded a lot since you invaded Ukraine because everybody was worried you're going to attack them. Those who accuse Russia of various doings should be advised to look in a mirror instead. NATO military and mercenaries openly participate in the planning of combat operations and fighting on the side of armed forces of Ukraine. Yeah, they wouldn't be doing that if you didn't invade. NATO is complicit in the invasion of the Kursk region and long-range missile strikes inside Russia. Again, none of that would have happened if you didn't invade Ukraine. Putin made this very clear in his recent public statements. Still, during this time, Person of the Year interview. Okay, Trump's going to be Person of the Year in Time. Fuck. I need help building a bathroom in a bedroom downstairs so I can hurry up and leave. Trump said that it was an advantage to both sides to end the invasion of Ukraine, and claimed that Russia would not have invaded Ukraine if he were president. Okay, yeah, Trump said, I disagree very vehemently with sending missiles hundreds of miles into Russia. Why are we doing that? We are not doing that. Ukraine is doing that. We are just giving them the missiles to do it. We are just escalating this war and making it worse. No, you're not. You're making it more likely that Ukraine can achieve a just peace. God, I hate fucking Trump. Sorry. I forget I'm doing this on stream sometimes instead of just reading this to myself. Trump said he wants to reach an agreement, and the only way you're going to reach an agreement is not to abandon that doesn't make sense. Lazarev recent interview came a week after Putin said he's willing to compromise with Trump, though he insisted Russia is in a stronger position now than it was in 2022. That is, if can they say anything without fucking lying? They're not in a stronger position. They may have gained more ground. Well, no, they haven't, because they lost a shit ton of ground to the Ukrainian counteroffensive when we were actually giving them the supplies they needed. Russia wasn't importing golf carts for their troops to use as assault vehicles from China. It wasn't getting troops from North Korea to do meat wave attacks. Russia's not stronger now. Russia's about to fall apart. Soon those Ukrainians who want to fight will run out. You know that look in the mirror line? Whenever Russia says something, they're talking about themselves. So replace like Ukrainians with Russians. Replace the West with Russia. Soon those Ukrainians who want to fight will run out. In my opinion, soon there will be no one left who wants to fight. Yeah, if you replace that with the Russians, it'd be the case. Kinzhal was launched and is over Sumy right now, heading towards Poltava. We are ready, but the other side needs to be ready for both negotiations and compromises. We have already said that we are ready for negotiation and compromises, except they're not. They're not willing to compromise anything. They want Ukraine to give up all of Kherson, which includes the north side of the river. They want Ukraine to give up all of Zaporizhia. And that includes that's Zaporizhia, that's unoccupied. They want all of Donetsk, which is partially still unoccupied. And Luhansk. Luhansk isn't even fully occupied. Donetsk comes all the way up to here. Yeah. Continuing down from Pokrovsk, this is all Donetsk Oblast that is unoccupied. Zoom in a little bit because it gets a little more tricky up here for the Luhansk Oblast. So this is the border here. So there's a tiny bit of Luhansk that is unoccupied. But that also means let me just draw this line out. This is the Kharkiv Luhansk border. So Russia is occupying this part of Kharkiv Oblast. Does this mean that Russia wants Kharkiv too? Where is Russia willing to compromise? Yes, I am. Andrew says, Canty and I aren't here for your entertainment. Sure, I'll be your entertainment if that means you're helping Ukraine. Anyways, yeah, just the total shit show coming out of Russia, as always. Russian troops heading to Kursk met with HIMARS halfway there. Something struck a group of Russian troops in Lvov. So that's that for... I'm not going to cover that very much because that's just an attack on the troops. The video pretty much covers what we need to know. The hell? Top. Okay, you're behind a paywall, so I don't get to make fun of you. Business Insider, go suck an egg. Yeah, that's about all I can say. Of course, the $6 billion aid package to Ukraine. It is worth noting that we aren't sending them a check for $6 million. And a lot of this aid is... The heck is all this about? It's a transcript of an interview. So I'll come back to this page. The $2.5 billion in weapons that we're sending, we're not sending that as cash. For one, we're not even sending our current weapons. We're sending them our old stuff, and that $2.5 billion is going. The heck are you guys going on about? No, I'm not. I'm almost ready to end the stream, so hold on. 2.5 billion is not, we're spending money on weapons to give to Ukraine. We're sending Ukraine old stuff, and that 2.5 billion is giving our army new stuff to replace the old stuff we're sending Ukraine. The 3.4 billion in economic assistance, that's not ours either. That's not our tax dollars. That's money that the Russian seized money is earning, and we're sending that to Ukraine as a loan with Russian money paying the debt. So for those that cry about your tax dollars being sent to Ukraine, no, your tax dollars are being spent here in the U.S. Unless you're Russian crying about your tax dollars, you don't have a leg to stand on. And if you're a Russian crying about your tax dollars, good luck. That's all I have for you guys tonight. I'm going to call it a night and hop off here. Told you I picked up a new student today. I got another class tomorrow. And it's going to be another early morning. And apparently I do need the sleep because my body decided to shut down earlier. Thank you all for coming and supporting the stream. If you can, please go and support the Cars for Ukraine fundraiser. And looks like we did have a jump up in donations to 1456. Let's see if they left a name. David, thank you very much for your donation. 29 donations on the donor wall. 9 donations as anonymous donors. So Anonymous, thank you. Thank you for supporting Ukraine. Thank you for listening to the stream. Have a good night and stay safe, everybody. All I'm going to say is I'm glad I'm ending before midnight because I'd hate to see what happens after you guys happens to you guys after midnight. Anyways, good night. I'm going to bed.